Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Deck Tech. So today we have an update for Kozilek EDH's lands because Modern Horizons 3 has brought a lot of goodies. Indirectly, it's not just Modern Horizons 3, but yeah, it's brought a lot of goodies. We have first and foremost Planar Nexus, okay? So Planar Nexus is a multicolored land. That's not really multicolored. All lands are colorless, right? But what it means is it can give you, it's like a rainbow land. However, it's just a filter. It's not really a land, a mana producing land, okay? Because it costs 1 and you tap it in at 1 mana of any color. Now this is useless in this deck. That's useless because we are playing a colorless deck. We don't need any color, much less pay 1 to just make one that doesn't matter, right? So you lose a land if you do that. You're losing out on mana. You're missing out, right? But what really matters in this effect is the first part. It says Planar Nexus is every non-basic land type, okay? This means many things, okay? First of all, non-basic, so it's not a forest, not an island, not a mountain, okay? It's not those. It's the other types that matter, okay? So it's a gate, which also doesn't matter here, but it's something else. It's also a locus, and locus or loci are lands that came out in Mirrodin, and there were only 2. One was Cloud Post, the other one was Glimmer Post. Now, it's cool. They said they wouldn't print any more Locus, any more loci lands, because Locus was too strong if it was more than 3. So Cloud Post taps for 1 if there's only itself. But if there's another Cloud Post, then 2, tap for 2. That's 4. And if there's 3, then they all 3 tap for 3. That's 9 mana. Okay, that would make it would make the Locus strategy stronger than the Tron strategy. Okay, and they said they didn't want to do that. Okay, they didn't want to make that happen. Okay, so I don't know that it's limited or not, like if they were to make another one that gives mana, but eventually they decided to let it go. That already happens. It's already 9. I mean, it's not like making another one would make it any different, you know? They already have that Cloud Post can make 9 mana because it is not really at all. It can actually make 16 if you get all 4, because Magic's playsets are 4. Sets of 4, not sets of 3. So, you know, like you can already make 16 if you have all 4, but they're not very searchable except for certain cards. So it's not like a huge deal, okay? However, then you got Glimmer Pulse, which gains you life for each locus that is on the battlefield. So you count the loci and you're like, oh, hey, this is actually really good. It gives you maybe 2 mana, maybe 1 mana, because it sees itself, right? But yeah, if you're playing modern, then you have many posts, then what you get is many more life gain situations, okay? So I don't know, like they were kind of like, we're not making any more, but they ended up making more, okay? They made a 3rd one, and it's called Trench Post, okay? So they made a Trench Post one. It mills, it costs 3 to mill and tap it. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at all. But what it does matter is that for EDH, now we got a 3rd locus, and now because there's 3 loci, this one can tap for 3, making it just as strong as Urza's Tower. So now it's viable, which means it's pretty cool stuff. All 3 together still make only 5 mana because it's 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is less strong than the 7 for Tron. But it's viable, you know. We can play them. If we get them, we can play them, just like with these, right? If we play them, we can get them. But there's actually a 4th locus, because this Planar Nexus can be a locus land. It is a locus land because it is every non-basic land type. So now we got 4 loci, which means Cloud Post actually gives 4 maximum, not 3. But that's not all. If we have Vesuva, we can copy the Cloud Post. and now we have 5, and both can tap for 5. That's amazing. Same thing with Thespian Stage. So we can actually copy this really strong land as a way of ramp, okay? And that's because of Modern Horizons 3's Simic deck. I think it's Tricky Terrain. I don't know. I don't even have the precon, but I played it, and yeah, they all come in this deck. And so it's the deck's only way of ramp. And it's funny that there is also an Eldrazi deck in that set, but they didn't put these cards on the Eldrazi ramp because it's a 5 color. But the Simic that has a lot of land tutoring, it doesn't actually ramp in the way that Simic usually does. It ramps through this kind of situation. It even has Vesuva. Vesuva was a $50 card for a long time, but now even at foil it's just 10. Okay, so same thing happens here. Urza's Power Plant taps for 1, Urza's Mine taps for 1, Urza's Tower taps for 1. But if you have all 3, then this taps for 2, and finally taps for 3. However, with Planar Nexus, because it is every single land type, then this sees that you have all 3. Therefore, this one automatically can see, hey, you have all 3, therefore it can tap for 3. Okay, so it's really strong in that sense because it activates that ability of having the land types, you know. It activates it, and therefore it's like, oh, I have it, you know, I have that Urza's land. Okay, so that's how it works. It basically activates, so it makes it sped up. And for Tron, it's really good because now I don't need to get all 3 to get 7. I can have this one, and I ramp 1 more because this one gives 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Same here, 2 plus 1 is 3, and then here 3 plus 1 is 4. So getting 4 mana from 2 lands is ramp. It's effective. It's slow because it's not like an immediate buildup. It's just a +1 or a +2, but it works. It works just like with this one. It makes it produce 2 instead of 1. So now there's 3 mana in 2 lands. Okay, and if you copy with Vesuva, you copy the Urza's Tower. Now you have 2 towers and the Nexus. So now it's 3, 6, 7 mana. Okay. So that's pretty interesting stuff. You can have that be your turn 1 play, you know? You can have it be like, hey, I'm going to Planar Nexus. Then with Vesuva, I'm going to copy the Planar Nexus with Thespian Stage. Or, my bad. Vesuva copies the Tower and Planar Nexus. Now I have 4 mana. Then I have 6 mana, 7 mana. And then I have 9 mana, but it's actually 11 or 12 in the next turn. By turn 4, you are able to play Kozilek. 10 mana card, that's a 12/12. So a 12/12 Annihilator 4 on turn 4 is really strong. Okay, so it's another way of ramping. Okay, now it gets even worse because they also said they wouldn't make more Urza stuff, but they have. Okay, they made an Urza Saga. This is from Modern Horizons 2. Actually, it's not like, actually, is it 1? I think it's 2, but yeah, Modern Horizons actually made this Urza's land. So it's another Urza's, even though it's not like part of this. It's not really, it just taps for 1 mana. It's not a big deal. Okay, and in Modern Horizons 3, they made another Urza's land, which is called Urza's Cave, which means this guy is also these 2 types. Doesn't really matter. Okay, it really doesn't matter at all. What it matters for, and the reason why I say it, is because then on Brothers War, they released Urza's Workshop, okay? Which is another Urza's land, so it's Urza's nothing. But it says add 1 mana or Metalcraft, add 1 mana for each Urza's land that you control, and you can activate it only with 3 or more artifacts, okay? Which means there's 6 Urza's lands, right? But actually, this is also Urza's. And it's also Mine and Tower and Power Plant, and it's also Cave, and it's also Locust, and it's also whatever Gate, or the other one was the one from the Phyrexians. It's Sphere. It's also a Sphere. Okay, now we don't care about spheres in this deck because it's colorless. Spheres work for colored Phyrexian stuff, but in our case, what we have here is effectively a land that taps for up to 6. Right? But this makes it 7. because if all 3 are in play, this sees 7. Okay, now amazing part about it, once again, you can copy it with Vesuva. So now 2 lands give you 7, and then this also gives you 7, and then these 2 give you 2. So that's 16 mana amongst 8 lands, basically doubling your power. It's a mana doubler, basically. So really good stuff. Okay, so 21, 2, 3, 4. So 24 amongst 8 lands. It's a mana tripler. Okay, really strong. It doesn't guarantee that these are gonna be there. You can actually get Urza's Workshop with Urza's Cave, and Urza's Saga is gonna go eventually, but in that instance that you have it, you know, it's up to, okay, I'm talking about up to scenarios. Okay, it's up to 24, up to triple, but it doesn't have to be triple. The fact that you have, you know, these 4, that makes it 2, 2, 3, and 4. That's 4, 4, and 3. That's almost 12. That's 11 mana, enough to get your Kozilek out. So just by having these, you're all good. Okay, and just by having these 3, and then you get this one, you're set. You are so set. Okay, so that kind of thing is really good, because then this one is going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to give you 1 mana, and then 3, 3, and 4. So you get 11 right there. Okay, so that kind of thing is very strong and powerful. Okay, the other thing that we can do, following along the same lines, Thespian stage this, and also because Vesuva came in that deck, same as Planar Nexus, you can actually copy Eye of Ugin, which will downcost your things. Okay, that's the only reason why this one is here. And so you can, with Vesuva, copy Cloud Post or Eye of Ugin to downcost the Eldrazi even more. Oh, actually, it's a legendary land. No, you can't really copy that one. You can't. Yeah, so for this one, it doesn't go. But you can copy these 2. Okay, so that's it. And also, Deserted Temple can untap target land you control. Usually we use it for another land in a combo, but this combos with Rings of Bright Hearth and Scorched Ruins, because Scorched Ruins gives you 4, so it pays for the untapping effect here, as well as the copy effect of Rings, and then you get a 4th one, which would net you positive on each instance of tapping. That's what the Infinite Combo is trying to do. But now we have multiple lands that can give 4, because this one gets that 4th Locus and 5th even. So Deserted Temple can have a combo with Rings and Cloud Post now. And same thing is going to happen with Deserted Temple and Urza's Workshop. So it can now tap for so much, and so Planar Nexus enables all of these situations. So yeah, that's gonna be a quick lands update. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which one is your favorite strategy. The tried and true Urza's stuff, you know, the Tron part, or the Cloud Post with all the copying, because you can copy multiple things. You can have the mill, you can have the life gain, or you can just make plain old mana. So let me know about that in the comments, as well as like, share, subscribe, and follow for more. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.